going to America and going to the United Kingdom, which is easier. So if we look at the charts and the statements, we can get that in America, students around the world go around 60% students who have applied get chance in
Yeah,
America,
Saum Khan, sorry
and
to interrupt you.
yes.
Yeah. So as you know that your pronunciation is no doubt authentic and just brilliant, fabulous. So you know that it's really tough if you just pronounce very quickly. So go slow and try to make your points clear so that the listener they can understand it properly. Okay? And go slow. Don't be
Okay.
very fast. Try to be slow. Okay.
Okay, so if we look at America, going to America, then they accept only 60% of the students who have applied. They first look at the scores and they just clarify how good they are in studies and about in English and everything else. They check every kind of curriculum activities. So only 60% of the applicants are selected in America. But on the other hand, in the United Kingdoms, over 90% are selected. That's why it is really easier and it's also a better choice to go
Okay,
to
so give me a
UK
minute.
instead of
So, dear
USA.
participants, so I want to make it clarify or make it clear that that means if you want to go abroad, especially most of the students, they want to go to Australia or USA or UK. So today we are discussing about USA and UK. So Sam has just said that if you apply for America, then 60% out of 100, that suppose 100 students they applied for the for the project or for studying abroad. So they will take 60%. That means 60 people from 100 out of 100. They will not allow 100%. They will just try to find out your ability, capability, your economical condition. They will analyze everything and then they will give you chance. 60% student will get the chance to go abroad or go there, not 100%. But yeah, a comparison, comparing with UK, United Kingdom, if you apply there 100 students, if they apply there, the 90% students, if they have the qualification or they have fulfilled all the requirements, they will be able to just join the that is 90% of the student they will be qualified or they will be able to go there. So that's the thing Sam wants to mean. Okay, so please continue, Sam.
Okay, so lately we first need to know about the International Language Testing System, aka IELTS. So basically, there are several language testing systems of English, such as TOEFL, then IELTS, then CEFR, but the most effective one is IELTS. So if anyone wants to go in any country in UK or in the Europe, then they of course need the IELTS. So basically, IELTS stands for International English Language Testing System. It's a system which would check our English score and make a approximate result, which would make sure that how good we are in English. And in four sections, it would be writing, reading, speaking, and listening. They would test every single thing. So let me clarify how we would get the marks. So let's start with the writing section. So there would be two parts in the writing section. One is to summarize, and one is to make an essay. So basically, the summarizing tasks would be you would get a graph chart and you have to make a summary of that in 150 words. And with that, you also would get a topic and you have to explain that as an essay, and you would get totally an hour to finish this task.
Yeah, thank
And
you. Give me a minute, Sam Khan. So I want to just keep focus. One point is really important. Writing part is really important because most of the students here in Bangladesh they used to write some paragraphs, write some application later. But in IELTS exam, you will find two important tasks to do. One is essay writing, another is descriptive part. That means graph and chart. So all of the student here, I think most of you have got the note of my graph and chart grammar item or graph and chart activity, and the note is really important. So if you have chance or if you want to sit for this kind of exam, you definitely will use all those words that I have given or that the note I have given to you. So it's really important. And I think most of my students can do that. That means they will give you a picture or just like a graph and chart. You have especially students from 9 and 10. You are quite acquainted with this item, graph and chart. So this is one thing, and another one is essay. Essay not just it's not like importance of reading newspaper or just physical essay, not like that. Most of the time you will find some essay that related with modern world, present time, or just top of the topic. Yeah, please continue, Sam.
Okay, so there are several ways we would get less marks in
Sir,
the writing sections. Like
Yeah,
if we
yeah. Give me a
use
minute.
more.
So if you have any query, you can just raise your hand and then I will let you know. Because in between the conversation or discussion, if someone interrupt, then I think some or that means the speaker will feel some disturbance. Yeah. Noman, if you have any question.
sir, as you know, I have visited an exam, a yes program. In their in their writing test, they have given us to write 3 essays,
Yeah.
and there they will have a limit of three. In 3 essay, you have only 100 word limit.
Okay.
So this limit contains in the IELTS.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, you have attended one kind of what I will tell it.
IELTS.
It's a kind of
IELTS
yeah.
type.
It's also IELTS, but it's for only just like the beginners. Beginners,
Sir,
they
yeah, even they said their exam ELITS, not IELTS. They
yeah.
said it ELITS.
ELITS, yeah. So I think it's a similar kind of exam, and 80% thing just are common with the IELTS exam. So
Yeah.
I would like to request you all, please save or keep your question. Just make it, point it out, or write down in your copy. After the discussion, when we will complete the discussion, we will ask one by one. Okay? Yeah, Sam Khan, you can start.
Yeah, so as Norman asked, actually the charts would be a word limit of 150. We cannot exceed 150 words. And in the essay, we have to use at least 250 words. So we need to use less than 150 words in the chart and use more than 250 words in the essay. That's the mandatory thing. If we don't do that, then we would get seriously a less, like
Yeah, so
a lower amount of
I
mark.
would like to ask you, Sam, would you mind sharing one of the questions just today you have showed me? One thing I want to make it clear that as the essay you are thinking about, it's not like that kind of essay. It's a kind of, they will ask you some comparison, they will ask you some your point of view. It's a kind of descriptive thing. So, Sam Khan, I would like to request you just share one question. That is called essay. There.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, the topic is some people think the government should invest more money in teaching science than other subjects to make progress. Do you agree or disagree? This is the topic.
Yeah, most of the time they will arise or they will discuss or they will just give you a topic and there they will write down, do you agree or disagree? If you are agreed with that, you have to describe. If you are not agreed with that, you have to describe. So that is the kind of question or that is the kind of essay you will find. Yeah, please continue.
Yeah, so in the writing sections, there are like some ways where our marks would be decreased. The first rule is spelling mistakes. Around every seven spelling mistake, we would get one band decrease in IELTS. And
So,
besides, the
so
next
very,
thing
very
is,
important
yeah.
point. And especially Bangladeshi student, most of them, they have the same problem. You are expecting seven, you have heard, a few minutes ago, you have heard that Tamim Iqbal, one of the cousin, Saum's cousin, he has got 6.5 and he has got a scholarship, 30% scholarship. So if you are expecting or if you are just expecting more than 7 or 7.5, 8, then you will get more than 80% scholarship. So if you want to get the good marks, then you must be careful about your spelling. So 7, if you make 7 mistakes, then I think 1 mark will be deducted, right?
Yes.
Yeah, please continue.
Okay, the next thing is using connectors. We cannot use linking words or connectors more than 10. There are 10 limits. If we use more than 10, then we would get decrease of zero point 0.5 bands.
Yeah, so this is another rule, very important. We can make it as a note. That means you can use connectors or linkers, but not more than 10. Just like though, although, since, as, when, as soon as, so that, dot, that. These are some linkers, connectors, and, but, or. So you can use 10 connectors, but not more than that. This is another rule. You cannot do mistakes in your spelling. You cannot use more than 10 connectors. Yeah, please keep moving. Come.
Okay, and the next one is the grammatical rules. If you make 10 grammatical mistakes, you would lose 1 mark.
Yeah,
And these
so
are the
it's
ways you
another
would decrease.
important part. You know that most of the students do some mistake, common mistake, just like tense or just like present tense, past tense, future tense. They just mix up with one another. So if you do grammar mistake, how many mistakes? For
10.
every 10
10
mistakes,
mistakes.
1 mark will be deducted. But it's a huge 10. That means it's too long. That means I think who can write, I think they are really serious about their grammar as well as spelling. Yeah, please continue.
And these are how we would get scored in the writing test. Yesterday, I showed my writing to the IELTS guys, and they just told me that I got 7. Actually, I gave it to my brother, and he showed it. Actually, he's taking some mock tests online. He has booked almost like 50,000 BDT courses. Those are a lot. So I gave him to check, and they said I would get more than 7 in the original IELTS exam in writing. Okay, so let's go to the next section, reading and listening. So I'm gonna
Give
discuss
me a
both of
minute,
them at
Sam Khan.
once. Yeah,
Sam
yeah.
Khan, give me a minute. So, dear participant, if you have any question about writing, so you have already heard that in IELTS exam, you have to face two type of writing. One is essay writing, another one is graph describing. So, and you have to focus on three basic things. One is spelling, another is grammar, use of grammar, and another is linker, use of linker. You cannot use more than 10 linkers or connectors. You cannot do some mistakes more than 10 regarding grammar. And another thing is the first thing, what did you say? The first thing?
Which one?
Yeah,
Oh, writing. Sorry.
spelling, yes, spelling,
Yeah.
yeah. 10 is spelling. One mark will be deducted, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think now it's clear about writing part. Is there anyone? It's very simple thing. We think that oh, IELTS exam is really used. Actually, practice makes someone perfect. If you practice and one thing, it's not like that you have to read IELTS books all day long. Besides your academic books, you just set or you just fix the time that every day I will spend 1 hour or 30 minutes for IELTS books or IELTS course. That would be enough, and you have enough time. I'm not telling you to apply right now, and you don't have the ability or eligibility. That means after completing HSC or just when you are studying for varsity level or you are preparing for varsity level, that is the perfect time, I think. And most of you have the time, enough time to participate in this kind of exam. So if you have any query about writing section, I think you don't have any query, right? Yeah, so you can go ahead.
Oh yeah, so now let's go ahead and the listening and the reading section. Both of them have the same rules. You would get 1 mark in every 5 questions. There would be 40 questions, and if you answer 31 correctly, then you would get band 7. And if you get 35, then you would get band 8. And if you make all 40 out of 40, then you would get band 9. That's really huge.
Yeah,
And
so
the
can you
thing is,
explain it? What kind of question? That means it's a short question or it's a descriptive question or it's a MCQ part?
it's like a gap filling activity, or sometimes you can also see a multiple choice questions, but
Yeah,
most of the time it's
actually we have
to
we
fill
have
the gaps.
already started this activity. That means if you think about, if you recollect that last month or before the that means 2 months ago, we have practiced that one from IELTS model. That means model practice. We have given you some task. We have given you some tasks, just like just gap filling activity. We have read out some passage. We have heard some audio clip, and then I have sorted out, or I have just solved some question answer, taking help from you, or you have just solved those question answer. That is the part. Yeah, you please continue, Sam.
Oh yeah, in listening and reading, there would be both over there. There would be three passages. In reading, there would be two passages, and in listening, there would be three audios, and all of them would have around 10 to 15 questions. And the person who solves, there would be 40 questions in total, and you need to solve at least 31 correctly to get a band 7. And that's it in here, and nothing more.
Yeah,
The
okay, give
score
me a
of
minute.
reading,
So I think
yeah.
the idea is clear, right? So in reading section, both listening and reading, you will face 41 question. So if you want to get 7 point, and it's a scholarship score. So if you want to get 7 point, then you have to get 30, right? 31 out of 41, right?
No, 31 out of 40.
Out of 40, yeah. And if you want to get more than that, that means 8. It's a full free scholarship. As far as I know, if you can get 8 band, then I think there are so many universities, they will just hire you. So
No, they would give 90%
yeah,
scholarship.
almost 90%. That means it's full free studentship, uh, a country like UK. So you have to score more than 35. Okay, so this is the reading sector. Yeah, please continue.
Okay, and now let's just head to the speaking section. So there would be three sections in the speaking test. The first one would be they would ask our introduction and about our country, about our birthplace, about our place, and things we know. That would be the first round. And oh, the speaking section has totally 10 to 15 minutes in total. And there would be three sections as I have mentioned earlier. So let me distribute this section first. The first one is the introduction
Yeah,
section
Sam, I'm
in where
sorry to
you would,
interrupt you. One thing I
yes,
need to share, or you need to share, that I think all the sector is time bounded, right? But you have messed up that part. Can you
yeah,
please share the time, scheduled time there,
yeah,
scheduled
yeah, of
time there
course.
from reading, writing? Yeah,
Yeah, so the writing time is around 1 hour, and also the listening and the reading one. You would get 1 hour for each. And yeah, the main thing is you will have to attend three exams in the same day: the reading exam, writing exam, and listening exam. And the speaking exam would be later. That's the
yeah.
main thing.
So that's really important. You have heard that reading, writing, and listening exam that would take place in single one day. That means you have to sit for the exam one after another, and every single task you will get 1 hour. So it's time bounded. So it's really important to use every single moment very carefully. And speaking session, I think that would be another day. That means it could be that day. I think the next day, and you'll be notified, or you'll be just informed. Yeah, please continue.
Yeah, so speaking section would be either 2 days after or 2 days before the other tests. Okay, so let's get to the time schedule. So the speaking section has 10 to 14 in total. Like you have to at least speak for 10 minutes, or you can speak up to 14 minutes. You cannot cross 14 minutes. So there are three sections in the speaking part. The first one is the introduction section. The second one is the explaining section. And the third one is your what's that called again? Consciousness, or they would ask you something you have to answer right now, or like you don't have any idea of that and you have to say right now or something. So in the first round, they would ask about yourself, your family, your birthplace, your country, and things you know. In the second round, you would be asked some questions. You would get 1 minute in the second round before they ask the question. They would give you the questions in a paper and give you 1 minute time to prepare your answers, and then they will ask. So at first, in the second round, you could get asked some explaining questions, such as uh, explain how this happens or that happens, or explain which country is being developed, or explain how your country could be developed, or explain why are you attending IELTS and why do you want to attend it. You have to answer that within 3 to 4 minutes, the second round. And you will be asked one or two questions in the second round. You would get total 5 minutes for both of the questions in total. And in the last round, it would be a instant moment question. There won't be any fixed questions. They would just give you 1 minute to think and they would ask the questions. There could be any kind of questions, anything related to
And
you
I
or
think this
anything,
part is called cue card part, right? Cue card section. That means you'll be
perhaps.
given a cue
Yeah.
card, and there will be written some task, and you'll be given 1 minute, and within 1 minute you have to, and they will provide you a paper, pen, so that you can prepare your answer. Then within 1 minute you have to think. I think it's 1 minute or 2 minutes. I think 2 minutes.
Yeah, in this round it's 2 minutes.
Yeah,
In the
cue
earlier
card
round it was
section,
one.
you will be given 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes, you have to write down or collect some information. And after that, without any break, you have to share all those things. That means the most important thing, what you are in just sharing, that's not a matter. That means how authentic the information that doesn't matter. How authentic you're speaking, that is the main part of this point. So I think in a summary, if we just say that in speaking part there you can divide it in three topic or three kinds. The one,
Sections.
yeah, section one is at the very beginning you will be asked some short question. It's about your details or any kind of question. That means it's a kind of a friendly conversation. Second part, you will be given some descriptive part, right? Descriptive section. That means they will give you some task and you have to describe it, right? Second part,
Yes.
yeah. And third part, it's the cue card section. Cue card section, there you will be given a card and you will be given chance to speak something. Before that, you can write down or just collect or gather your idea, and then you can share. And all these things are time bounded. All right?
Yes, you would get 10 to 14 minutes in total.
Yeah, and would you please share some information about the marking system here? Negative marking or anything else you want to
Oh
share
yeah,
more?
in here every 30 grammatical mistakes gets 1 mark minus, and you would get marks in your pronunciation and also your fluency. Every single thing counts, and there isn't any, like, if you get stopped in your speech, then you would get decreased like 0.5 per marks. But if you be fluent and speak until it ends, then you wouldn't get a negative mark. And in pronunciation is really effective there, but they have a rule. Accents don't matter. You can use any kind of accent you want. That doesn't matter to you, to them. The thing is, everyone needs to understand what you say. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's like if you pronounce like the British, they will give you just good marks. Not like that. If you pronounce like the Americans or just Australian, different kind of just um type of what I will tell. But that means different kind of pronunciation is available. The main thing is that your pronunciation must be authentic. Whatever you are speaking, it must be understandable. Okay. So do you know the mark schedule, or what is the total mark here?
Yeah, every section there would be totally 9 marks.
That means three section, 9 marks, right?
No, I mean
In
every
total,
section.
nine
I mean
marks.
writing, reading, and everything. Everything would have 9.
Oh, got it. Got it.
Oh yeah, and both of the sections you would get 9 marks, and they would be averaged after your exam.
I'm
Something